Welcome, everyone. I'm Helene Dillard, Dean of the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate our scholarship and fellowship recipients and donors. We missed you last year and look forward to when this pandemic is past us and we can meet in person again. In the meantime, we are grateful for the opportunity to connect with you virtually. This past year was challenging, but our college remains resilient and flexible in the face of the unknown. We are privileged to work with remarkable colleagues and bright, successful students who persevered through the adversity of 2020. Our advisors have been working extra hard this past year to provide our students with additional support. And we have all become incredibly tech savvy and creative in how we manage courses, engage in research, and conduct our day-to-day business. While our courses were almost entirely online this school year, we hope to be fully open with students on campus and in person this fall. We are extremely fortunate to have received support from friends and alumni who share the desire to help promote the academic success of our students, especially in a year like this one, where the added stress of navigating a pandemic has been difficult. Many of the students benefiting from your support are here with us online, and we are so proud of their work and dedication this year. At the undergraduate and graduate levels, our students have worked extremely hard to be eligible for entrance into UC Davis. The average grade point average for freshmen entering the college is 4.01 and 3.44 for transfer students. The college serves approximately 7,400 undergraduates in 28 majors and 1,059 graduate students in 24 graduate groups. Our enrollment targets for fall 2020 undergraduates were 2,052 students with 1,300 freshmen and 752 transfers. This past fall, the college received 14,465 applications for incoming freshmen and transfers, and the campus received more than 105,900 applications in total. This represents an increase in 11.7% over last year. 36.7% of our freshman applicants and 34.5% of transfers are from historically underrepresented groups. Students from the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences make up 24% of the entire UC Davis student body. Our campus student community represents counties throughout California, the nation, and the world. Approximately 83% of UC Davis students are from California, and 17% join our community from out-of-state and international homes. And in May, we will know how many more new students plan to join our Aggie community. Students in our college are well prepared for the challenges of the future through a unique blend of laboratory-based and field-oriented coursework. They put a tremendous amount of effort into their academics, and they seek out internships and research opportunities, engage with their professors and peers, and volunteer on campus and within the community to make our university stronger. Our students build upon their classroom experiences in our animal facilities, greenhouses, the student farm, world-class food processing, winemaking, and brewing facilities, and our early childhood laboratory. Not only are they academically talented, but they are prepared to step into leadership roles within our communities once they graduate. Many of our students would not be here were it not for the support of scholarships and fellowships from our generous donors. As adults established in our careers, sometimes we forget that paying rent and purchasing meals can be challenging for students. Financial burden is stressful and hinders students from actualizing their fullest potential, especially when they feel worried. This year was no exception. We want our students to focus on their midterms and finals instead of how they plan to pay for their next phone bill. When I was a scholarship recipient, the support I received gave me the opportunity to really focus on my research and academics instead of worrying about finances. My donor helped provide the foundation for my career as a professor and a dean. And that is what you are doing for these students today, supporting their educational dreams and providing them with the space and freedom to explore their interests and potential opportunities. You continue to play a significant role in our students' lives in ways we can only imagine. Your gift is an investment in the future, and that gift will ripple forward throughout their lives and all the lives of the people they engage with through their leadership, community engagement, and academic and career success. So I want to thank all of you for your continued support and generous donations. You are making it possible for our students to become the next generation of leaders. Thank you so very much.
Good evening. My name is Melissa Hayworth, and I'm the Senior Director of Development in the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences. I'm pleased to be here this evening with John and Christine Brune, who are alumni, emeriti, and scholarship donors who live here in Davis. I'm really happy to be able to be interviewing John and Chris this evening and giving them a moment to share their personal stories about the impact of philanthropy. So John and Christine, thank you both for being here. And I'd like to dive right in and invite you each to just share a personal story of how scholarships or fellowships impacted you in your academic journey as undergraduates and graduate students. Do you want to start, John?
Yes, Melissa, thank you very much. I enjoy my scholarship story because it got me to where I am today. And it started out when I graduated from high school in 1958, received a scholarship that paid most of my fees when I went to undergraduate school at Michigan State University. And it was at Michigan State where I decided that food science was the area I wanted to work in, and food engineering specifically. I received 2 scholarships from Michigan State that helped support me in my goal of education. And then Michigan State said, go west, young man, for education further. And I said, oh, that sounds fine. Can we go to California? And that's where I ended up, University of California, Davis, back in 1962. I was given a unique scholarship at Davis. It was a 1-year scholarship of all support, housing, food, and fees that allowed me to go around to each of the faculty in food science and find out what they did research-wise. So that allowed me to pick a new area, as it turned out, in microbiology, and I worked with a faculty member here. So I did my PhD in microbiology rather than food engineering. When I graduated from the PhD program, I was offered the position I currently hold. And so that was an extension position, allowing me to do outreach, applied education, and conferences and workshops. So when I retired in a decade ago or so, I realized the importance of scholarships. And people wanted to give me a farewell dinner. Thank you for all the good work you did, John. Instead, I said, how about establishing a scholarship? I hadn't thought about endowment, but that's what it turned out to be. So it's very important to me that we have a scholarship program for students, whether you set it up yourself or you support others. And so that has really worked well for us.
And my story is a little bit different than that. College was always highly valued in my family, but funds were tight. I was the youngest of 5. My father was a farmer. And when I was in my second year of community college, before going to the university, my father passed away. So that's a very stressful time. So how does one get through when the crop's in the field and the farmer's not there to harvest it? Our neighbors helped, and they harvested the cotton. And then the Buttonwillow Lions Club came up with a $300 scholarship for me. Now, $300 is not much, but at that time, it covered the incidental fees for the UC system. So that showed me the importance of people helping people. And that scholarship and that support of neighbors and family helped me to go through and, achieve where I am today. So we have valued the opportunity to step forward, to help people, to offer a little bit of encouragement, incentive, so others can achieve their potential.
Wow, thank you both so much. And Chris, I know you have a scholarship with your name for students studying in the field of sensory and consumer science. And John, your scholarship is for students studying in dairy food science. And can you maybe share a story of meeting? I know you've had the opportunity to meet students who received your scholarship. I remember Evan Dufort was a speaker at this very event and received John's scholarship. Do you have a story you'd like to share about that experience?
Well, I've always been impressed with the selection of the students. And the selection has always had a person interested in dairy food science. And particularly these times, we have a number of students applying. Plus, the scholarship being an endowment increases in value each year. And the students really appreciate that because their costs go up and then the scholarship support goes up. So they are most appreciative group of people, and I'm always impressed with their inquisitiveness, curiosity, and happiness that they got some scholarship support.
And university is such a wonderful environment. When we were teachers, we inspired the students, but they also inspired us with their questions, their curiosity, their view of the future, and the ways that they can apply their skills to addressing contemporary problems. So it's a wonderful area of synergism. And we are so pleased that we can help contribute to that because we all have a better life when we're able to get together and use our education to enhance the world.
Amen.
Wow, I can't say anything to finish that off other than thank you both so much for your support of UC Davis, your support of our students, your continued involvement as Emeriti and alumni, and for being here tonight in this virtual format. Really appreciate you both. Thank you.
Our support will continue. Thank you.
My name is Nancy Juarez. I am a proud daughter of 2 immigrant parents, and I'm a first-generation college student. I'm majoring in international agricultural development with a specialization in economics and trade. And I've added Middle East South Asia Studies, Chicano-Chicana Studies with a minor in Arabic. And I just want to start by saying we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And I see that as recent as my grandparents, who were both illiterate. And I look to my father, who went to school up to the 3rd grade, and my mother, who was forced to drop out in the 7th so that her brothers could attend. It's not an exaggeration to say that scholarship and funders are what are allowing me to live my parents' wildest dreams. I'd like to thank Ben Madsen Award and the Jack Messick Scholarship for allowing my parents to grant me an opportunity that they were never able to receive themselves. So we're currently in the back 40, which is a part of the Domes. The Domes is a student cooperative at UC Davis, and I was so inspired by the generosity of funders and donors to help fund my education and of so many others as well that I wanted to give something back. And so this is my little piece to share, my little piece to leave at UC Davis. Here in the back 40, we'll be adding signage to all of these plants to recognize the history of the plant, the native name of the plant, the culinary uses of the plant, medicinal uses, and just to allow knowledge to be accessible for students in a medium that is different from a classroom setting, because classroom settings can look like this.